Welcome to the brand new episode number 17 of our
GrowthArtic
podcast and YouTube show. Topic: offline event.
Fantastic.
Something special.
Most undervalued channel ever.
A lot of people say, well, that's weird. That seems to be a lot of work. True.
Not scalable.
Not scalable. You have to look for a location. People are looking for nice food.
Yeah.
And they are complaining about bad Kartoffelgratin in the end or something like that.
That's so true. That's all I remember, the bad Kartoffelgratin.
Bad Kartoffelgratin. Okay, it's offline events. So
but for us, it's not.
For us, it's not. And that's the reason
awesome.
Why we took this this topic as a good example for a new episode, because we think we have really deep insights
into offline events. Not only your own, but how to promote them and how to use other people's events to your advantage.
Yeah.
If you're into that, stick around.
Yeah. Let's start. You want to start with the
meetup.
Today the name is Pirate Skills Meetup, but you started with Traction and Growth, right?
Meetup. Then we switched to Growth CGN, and then last October, 1 year ago, this is the year anniversary of the Pirate Skills podcast, but we're actually already 2.5 along.
Pirate Skills Meetup.
Pirate Skills Meetup. Yeah.
So, Meetup. I remember when you started, I think I was the first.
You were the first speaker.
So I was a part of the first idea, but so it's 2 years now. What is your feeling? Why did you start it? How was it going? What is the challenge? And what did you get out of it? And why are you still doing it? A lot of questions, sorry.
So I read the book Traction by Gabriel Weinberg, and they had this section in there about offline events. It shows you like all the marketing channels you can do. It's the book I gift the most, Traction by Gabriel Weinberg. And it has this section about offline events. And what I appreciate about this book, it gets me out of my comfort zones of my the hair thing is going on again.
Again.
Watch it on YouTube if you're listening to it somewhere else. You can see Hendrik's wonderful hair thing going
Today, a good hair day.
Yeah.
But it's falling down all the time.
So it keeps me out of my comfort zone. If it were just me, I would probably just do like Facebook ads and AdWords and analytics and A/B testing. And email marketing, and those are my favorite things. So he brought up this topic of offline events, how to use, and I was like, dude, you're here at Startplatz, which is a co-working space in Cologne and one of the places where most startup events are happening here, and corporates, right? And they're pretty open to creating new events. So I knew I would get the space for free. So everything it felt right. And I was looking around I wanted to go to a growth marketing meetup myself. Yeah. But the next one was in Essen. Yeah. And Essen was too far from me, so I started it.
There is a growth marketing meetup?
Yes.
Still?
There was one 2.5 years ago.
They didn't make it.
Yeah. So not all of them survive. So I decided to create it myself, and this was the best thing I could have done in the last 2.5 years. Why? Because I naively thought this is going to be a free community building thing. I have this attitude that I want to spend like 20% of my time to give back to the community, because everything I learned I got from people who shared with the community. And naively, I thought that was it. Just making a nice event, exchanging, keeping my learning level high, having the ability to invite the people that I personally want to learn from. But what turned out that this is the motherfucking most awesome lead generator in this world. Yeah, I can by no means handle all the requests who come in through the meetup. Yeah. You do a meetup about messenger bots. 6 people ask you like, dude, can you do my messenger bot? Yeah. Even if I'm not the speaker, yeah, I'm usually the moderator and every
You're
other
a platform.
time.
It's a platform.
It's a platform. And I recently checked, and I think 80% of my current customers have come through the meetup. Not directly through the meetup, but because being an offline event host makes you recommendable in that topic. Everybody can see Ben's slide, my slide decks, on SlideShare, or look at the videos on Facebook, on the Facebook page, and can say like, look, this dude is pretty competent about this topic. Why don't you talk to him? The recommendability of yourself. You're like the network node that connects the experts or yourself with people who need that expertise. And that's why I could not recommend doing a simple monthly meetup enough. There are platforms like meetup.com and Facebook events that make it so easy for you to do it these days. I think on my first meetup, we had 50 people. Now, depending on the topic, we have between 80 and 100, except when we're talking about GDPR, then we only have 12.
Maybe it was a title
Maybe
of
it was
the meetup.
The title was amazing.
I know.
It was GDPR.
I know, but nobody get it. You have to be really nerd to get it.
Now everybody was sick of it. It was a month after the change. But so that's my why. Like, this is not only contributing to the community, this is also an amazing lead generator. That I owe 100, 200K to now. So that helps me a lot.
I just want to add one argument why I think it's really worth it. It's because the entry in this topic is really easy for the people. There's just a meetup, it's once a month. It's really good. You can go there, or you can just sit down at home for the live stream. So, and it's free. So and that is what I think is the most recommendable thing in this meetup, is just because the entry is so easy. Go there.
Or watch the live stream.
Go there. Just have a look at it. And if you don't like it, then don't go there or go home or whatever. But I think it's free, and the entry is so easy. You don't have, and it's in the evening. It's in the evening, so you don't have to deal with your boss or whatever with your time, or maybe with your family. But there's a live stream. So that's one thing. What is from my point of view really a growth trigger of this meetup is because it's the entry is there's no entry barrier. That's really
I think two more things. It's the giving away everything. This showing this attitude of give before you take anything. That's what this meetup helps with a lot. I always share all the slides. I have an agreement with the speakers who speak there that I have a version that I can share with the audience. And we live stream it. That is the second thing. In the beginning, I got criticism like, Ben, if you live stream it, will people actually show up anymore?
Sure.
And you are one of the first ones who was continually there on the live stream, and commenting and asking questions and contributing to the topics that were discussed at the meetup. And that is an even lower barrier to entry, because you can look at 2 or 3 meetups, know what you're getting into, then show up. Or if you are in the UK, you don't need to come over here. And those 2 factors I like a lot. Maybe we talk later about how we upgraded that meetup over time. So that's for me. I know you are doing traveling around Germany, doing your boot camps.
Europe, my friend, Europe.
The growth, how do you call them? Growth hacking boot camps?
Yeah, growth hacking boot camp. So I would say it's similar to the meetup, but with another packaging system, I would say. And my idea when I started my own business 1.5 years ago, my challenge was to say, okay, nobody knows me. First point. And nobody knows growth hacking. That was my second point. And I said, okay, what can I do? We can do a lot of...
2 important points.
2 challenges.
Very tiny.
And then my idea was to say, okay, I do a growth hacking bootcamp once a month in a different city. I started in Cologne and the Startplatz again, because here is a community and so on and so on. It worked out pretty well. Then the second month was Düsseldorf.
Yeah.
I remember I was really motivated to do it in Düsseldorf, and I thought, okay, it will go like the first one in Cologne pretty well. But in the end, one day before it starts, I sold 2 tickets.
Yeah.
Where I said, okay, it seemed easy, but it isn't easy. And then I had to think about this concept, and then I started to do something like, I want to do not a workshop or a seminar, I want to do a boot camp. So that means it's 6 hours. I share everything I have. The attendee, the ticket size is limited to 20. So it's always a small group where we can collaborate and we can work really individually to your examples and your questions. And it's not only me, it's everybody can share ideas because everybody's thinking about this growth stuff, about their websites, about the landing page, and so on and so on. So that's what I think is a boot camp. And then I started Cologne, Düsseldorf, Frankfurt, Munich, Stuttgart, Berlin, Hamburg, and so on. That was last year. And then I started to think, okay, it's only Germany. I can start again with Cologne, Düsseldorf, and so on. And I said, okay, let's try it in Europe. So then in January I started in Vienna. That was the best bootcamp so far because Vienna exploded. It was so great. It was 28 people because I didn't make it to stop my Eventbrite ticketing. It was just running out. And then Zurich, Amsterdam, and so on. So I'm doing this bootcamp stuff. And the value for me is, so I'm selling tickets, but not for a high price. It's early bird ticket is 100 euros.
But you experimented with that price in the beginning.
My first.
You want to share that?
Yeah, sure. My first bootcamp, or it was more a seminar here in Cologne. Yeah. The first one, I sold the tickets for I think 700 or 800 euros. Yeah. A day. That was a really high price seminar. I organized the lunch. I organized the room, I organized drinks and everything else. And so that was the first one. And then I tried to copy it to Düsseldorf and nothing happened. Yeah. And I think the reason was because it was my first one and there were some people waiting that I start this thing. It was my own community. And then I harvested my own community. And then after the first time, sorry, it was not big enough. It was gone. And then I had to think about this.
What's the current pricing?
The current pricing is...
Early bird and the normal.
The early bird is 100 euros. Yeah. And the original price is 150. But honestly, the early bird price is always... the early bird tickets are sold out already. So there are not a lot of people who have to pay the original price because it's just 20 tickets. It's really a small group. I think I could earn more if I would say it's for 30 or 40, but today I want to give more value in this kind of group because with 20 people we can really work. It's not a seminar. They are not sitting there for 6 hours and just listening. Yeah, we are working, and that's what I can deliver just for 20 people so far.
That's cool.
And that's here. I'm so happy with this. And I had some boot camps last year in Berlin. I remember it was November. I sold 5 or 6 tickets only for whatever reason. Berlin, there are a lot of startups, so I would say it must be really better. I had to get up here at 3:30, sitting in the ECE to Berlin, starting the bootcamp at 9:30 until 3:30 in the afternoon, making a cool selfie. The people were really happy because it was a really small group. They got a really good value out of it. Then I had to sit in the EC again. I was here at 11:30 in the night. Was sitting here, open a bottle of beer and said, okay, is this a growth hack? I was really, really exhausted. Yeah. And then I started changing the way we have to market. I market it or build an upper funnel and something. We can talk about this later. But in the end, if you start this and give the people a value, you have to find a price. Is it for free? Is it a little bit? Is it a little bit more? Or you have you have to test it, I would say. But my recommendation is don't stop too early. Don't stop too early. It's like a normal startup. It's like this. Don't stop too early.
How often have you done it and what frequency? 20?
Next week on Monday is 20th Growth Hacking Bootcamp, and this time in Zurich in Switzerland. And it's sold out already.
Very good.
I love it. I love this one so much.
So, what's the frequency? Can you do it on a weekly basis?
No.
Bi-weekly, monthly?
I'm doing it monthly. I'm working on it now that I do maybe 2 a month, because it's more a private reason. If I have a corporate workshop, like next week in Switzerland, on Tuesday I have a corporate workshop, so a sold corporate workshop, and then I thought, okay, maybe I can do 2 days. If I do a boot camp on Monday, so the day before, I'm there in Zurich for 2 days, and and I can play with the cities now. The same was in Amsterdam. Amsterdam is a beautiful city. I just said, okay, let's have a look what's going on in Amsterdam. I said I make a boot camp in Amsterdam, plan everything, building up the funnel, and then I sold 20 tickets and had a beautiful boot camp in Amsterdam with a nice weekend in Amsterdam as well. So that's awesome. That's only the second argument, but I think the same idea like the meetup to building up a live community, or to build up your community and your folks who are interested in growth hacking, it's not because of the reach, but it's much more easier to do it personally, to watch in the people's eyes and to shape them. You have to do this. I love this one.
That is something I would also like to add. What I did not immediately foresee that would happen. An offline event is a very good relationship tool, so that you actually know what the problems of your audiences are. If you hide behind a camera and just record online courses, how do you know you don't see the questions in the eyes of the people? You can't shake them. And
give us the feedback. Please write it in the comment, and what comes? Maybe 1 or 2.
Every argument against the lack of scalability of Meetup die in that vein. For me, the offline events, they build the quality of the relationship, the making it real, giving you the honest feedback that you cannot see in an online course, and then creating something more scalable out of that. It's a really good idea. You don't need to scale your event. You don't need to be the guy now having it in every big city in Germany, the same meetup every month. That is a strategy that can work, but just having a simple one, especially like in a B2B context. Like for B2B products or services, it's hard to find an argument against having a meetup.
I would say the argument that was always coming is this scalability thing you talked about, but I think we both agree, yes, it is a lot of work, and yes, you have to reflect a lot of times to make it even better, or to think, why is it like this, and do I have to change it, or do I have to just stick on this and just wait, or whatever. So it's a lot of work, but in the end, I think for both of us with different concepts,
it's incredibly valuable.
It's really valuable.
It's my favorite channel so far, because it's so real, and again, like last time we talked about getting into a weekly content rhythm, or like what I like about your system is that you're actually teaching one workshop that you can improve over and over again. And I miss that in the Pirate Skills, meetup series, because we are essentially doing a different topic every time. We're now starting to season it, that we have like 6 core topics that we can repeat 2 times per year. So we can go back, but it's very different than having a specific workshop that you can perfect. Really. And this is why I want to go with I want to have 3 online courses with 3 workshops, and just focus on one first, not overdoing it, but perfecting that. And also touring around with that a little bit. So, but people do not just show up for your course. So I think we have some unique insights in the topic of event promotion. So do we want to share what we do to get people to our meetup?
Yeah, sure.
And bootcamp?
So what I do, just to sum up, I have my email pool of people I collected with ebooks and all the stuff we share. I think it's 1,300 growth interested people so far for the German part, and with my Growth Europe Summit, I think I collected 1,400 more. And just I send it there, and I said already in the former episodes where I said in former times, I sold them something. Since the time we have the GrowthArtic thing, I don't sell anymore.
Give them something.
I give them the new content episode of GrowthArtic number 16, and that's even more valuable.
Now you also have a free entry point.
Yeah, now I have a free entry point. I have a reason to send a newsletter without selling, and that's the first one.
So email, do not underestimate email. One
always.
of the reasons why I go through Eventbrite, even for a free event, is that people register properly. That does not mean I auto sign them up for my newsletter, but you know how it goes.
Yeah.
So,
GDPR.
GDPR.
So it's email. Then, what I do for not Cologne and Düsseldorf, because in Cologne and Düsseldorf, I think there's one tip I use already is to find a location with a big community. And then you can go to the community, to the location, and say, okay, I want to book a room, and would you be so I can give you a voucher code for your community? Can you send out a newsletter to do some social stuff? And that's even better because they sell your event with a voucher code for their community, and that's a good deal for both sides.
Do you go below your early bird price with the voucher? I'm curious.
It's just a voucher code of, I think, 20% for the community.
At the current sales level where it is, so even if they are on pre-sale, you give them another 20%. Okay, cool.
But the challenge is, like always in doing sales, if you just do it, maybe we start event promotion, so I start planning or the promotion 1 month to 1.5 months before.
Yeah.
And if you do it, you talk about the location first. And if you don't stick to them to say, okay, when do you post it? Can you post it again? They won't post it. And it's just a social post on Facebook. You know what happened? Here's a cool growth hacking bootcamp. Here's a voucher code. Nothing happened. Yeah. So you have to give them a good incentivization. How's it called?
Incentive.
A good incentive. Yeah, that's really easy. And to do it. Because just a Facebook post, nothing will happen.
So what incentive has worked for you?
I want to be in their newsletter.
Yeah.
In a
what do you give them?
standalone newsletter.
The voucher, or is
the
that
voucher.
all the incentive?
It's a voucher, but I want to have a newsletter.
Yeah.
And if they say, okay, newsletter, blah, 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 I say, okay, your team gets a free ticket. Yeah. Your team. So the team of the workshop location, like here in Staplatz, they get a free ticket. Yeah. And that's a good deal. Yeah, that's a good deal for both.
So we have the email, we have the location where we do it. I also do this with Staplatz here. Yeah. They every month I send them, or someone in my team sends them a cover image in the perfect size they need.
Yeah, that's really important.
A description and the links and the embed codes for the Eventbrite stuff. So, and then what we both do on top of those are having a Facebook event, and promoting the shit out of that event, and doing Facebook ads on top. So you just create a Facebook event, and you can even export your Eventbrite event into your Facebook page and have it automatically done. Yeah. And then people can actually buy the tickets straight from your event, from your Facebook event page. For free tickets, this is a super smooth experience. With paid, it was really bad. It has become better. How do you solve that? Do you put the link to your landing page into your Facebook event, or do you put it to Eventbrite for the bootcamps?
I'm experimenting with this all the time, but I would say Eventbrite is not a bad choice.
Yes. Yeah.
Because the Eventbrite landing ticket page is like a landing page.
It is, yeah.
You have to find, from my point of view, a good reason not to take this, because you have to build a landing page that converts better than this. Just give it a try. Yeah. Because this one is really good. There's everything on it.
Yeah. What I don't like with the paid event is that Facebook now wants you to do the ticketing on their
I don't like it.
I don't like it too. They got better with the payment providers now, but there's nothing like invoicing or anything. How do you solve that?
Invoicing is integrated there.
With the Facebook event?
They made a change. Now you can say, okay, you can buy it there in the Facebook event, or you can click to the Eventbrite.
Yes, I saw that.
But the text is better now.
I don't expect people to
But the text is better now. The text is if you want to see other payment providers or something, then click here. But so
back to the
Facebook event page. So what I do, I started with promoting this Facebook event. First 4 or 5 months, I was not happy with this, and then I changed it to build up a funnel. Not to start with promoting my event, to get the audiences was just interested in growth hacking stuff, see some videos, and then to do the lookalike and the custom audiences in the end of the funnel, to bring them to the Facebook event and to do just the filter of geolocation in Zurich, in Amsterdam, and whatever. And this works out for me pretty well.
So how many steps do you have before they actually see the paid event promotion? Two steps. It's just. What are your 2 steps before?
So we have in the awareness stage there I have 2 videos. So normal growth hacking. What is growth hacking? Growth hacking is marketing without IT, to just give them to tackle the customer needs.
Yeah.
Marketing without IT is something everybody wants to learn, because nobody has IT resources or IT skills. Yeah. That's the awareness part, just to give you one example. And the second one is, then comes a video of myself where I just introduce 2 or 3 minutes what growth hacking is and what I do, and so on and so on. That's the consideration part. And then after that comes the Facebook event.
Yeah, cool.
That's it.
How much time do you have between those
4
steps?
weeks.
4 weeks. So for 2 weeks, explain it to me. Like, how do you...
I start the campaign for 4 weeks before the event starts.
And you start with the first week is only the video, or do you have a concrete funnel? People interacted with the video?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
So, but in the end, it's for me focusing for 4 weeks. 4 weeks for the consideration and the conversion part.
So only 4. I think that is short, like especially if you want to sell out the event like maybe 2 weeks before. But that's interesting. Yeah,
but what I learned with talking to the people is they make their schedule. So you have your schedule, you have your calendar, and you're working all day. And I think the week before, so maybe your event is on Thursday, and we're talking about the week before, the Monday and the Tuesday of the week before, that are the best dates or the best times to give you the conversion part now, because then you're thinking about, okay, there is some space next for this week. It's too late. There are last minute tickets. It's really rare in my case, so it's always the week before, in the beginning of the week before they start making their schedule, and there have to be the conversion ads in the week before. That's my learning. It's not 100% valid, but it's a 20s bootcamp now. Maybe there are some
so
good
we have your current email list, we have the organizers of the location you're doing the workshop with, where you're doing the workshop or the event with, we have the Facebook event and the Facebook ads. There is some natural discoveries through Eventbrite. I always have like some people who book tickets through Eventbrite discovery. I'm now trying a new thing called Eventsy.
They're spamming me all
They're
the time.
spamming me, but in a good way. Like I made them show me numbers. And asked them like, okay, how big are you in the Cologne area? And they showed me an event for Essen, which was about like dog training. There was like, wasn't a super pumped up party or anything. And
pumped up dog party.
And they had impressions at the 12 cent per thousand level. And I was like, shit, how did you get 120,000 impressions to this dog thing? And I saw the landing page you use, like the event detail pages, that is their cost per acquisition.
Have you tried it already?
That is around 20 cents. To get them to the landing page of your event, essentially, on Eventsy. And no, I'm booking it for October, the first time.
Okay.
And it's like 190 bucks for 4 events. Let's see how it works. We'll tell you later. Okay, but you cannot only use your own events. You don't have to host events, guys. You can go to other people's events to see and check it out.
And even more, before you start doing your own event, please visit some other events to just get the feeling how you want to do it, or to see reflect how you do not want to do it, to see how other people are doing this. So in our case, maybe there is a growth meetup in Frankfurt from Thomas Herzberger, or here's a Euro Pirate Skills meetup. I think in Bonn there's one from Pedram, and just in our cases. So to go there and to see where the communities are and how they are doing. And
sometimes you learn that a community just died because Pedram is now going on a world tour. Somewhere. Really? You could easily pick up his growth marketing event in Bonn now. He would be super thankful. The community would be thankful for organizers stepping up. You learn stuff like that, and you can be like a speaker there. For example, if you have a product there, you have natural expertise. And you can be a speaker. They're super thankful for that. Just contribute to that community. Be a participant, and then offer to give your own knowledge to that community.
But that is just our sector of this growth thing. There are so many people in my boot camps, and in the end, I said, okay, maybe the best idea you can do now is to start your own meetup. They're making, in the last one in Munich, I had some really tough guys from there. They did a special kind of art meetups, but they didn't promote it on meetup.com. They did everything by themselves. This was really great. They had a beautiful landing page and so on. But to say, okay, just find the spaces where the people are looking for some entertainment in the evening, for cooking, for doing art, find people want to talk about movies or sports or whatever it is. I think there are so many possibilities, and the barrier in the minds of the people is always like, it's not scalable. And maybe it's not scalable, but try it out, because you find people you can talk with to get the direct feedback from partners, or to get to know people who are thinking like you. That's totally important.
If you want to read a great article about doing things that don't scale, it's from Paul Graham, the founder of Y Combinator, the best and biggest accelerator in the US. And he says, like, in the beginning, you need to do stuff that doesn't scale, because the big guys don't have the time anymore to do stuff that doesn't sell. So you can outperform them in this unique way. So I think that wraps it up. Do you want to add something?
No, I think it's... we love it. And it's just, I would say it's always a recommendation to think, is there maybe a possibility in your case where you can go to some meetups, to go to conferences, or maybe to host something by yourself and to give it maybe 3 tries?
Yes, that's what I did for myself. I said, I'm going to do 3 meetups. If I like it, I keep doing it. If not, I kill it.
That's it. Cool.
So last but not least, check out our new beautiful suite URL called growthartic.com/17 to get to the landing page for this episode, to see the description that Alex has been writing to you, and the links to all the places where you can like and subscribe and comment, like YouTube, like the podcasting app in iTunes, Overcast, Spotify, SoundCloud. Did I miss any?
Overcast? I've never heard it.
Oh, we got good download rates on Overcast. That's why I mentioned it. But there's not
a link in our blog thing.
Maybe we should add an Overcast.
Okay, cool. Thank you very much.
See you next time. Bye bye.
See you next time.